When someone says, what are women's rights? They're putting time in positions, and they're putting concept contained in positions that block the finite and that hurt women's rights, that hold them used as a tool in relationship to evidence fabrication nature sciences, only let realized, not by accident. This is before our nation's founding. All modern nations, all semi-ancient nations, education, human education was criminally re-engineered, multi-front, multi-science, relationship categorically, in relationship to now modern judgment, human nature, relationship to convictions, relationship to the forsaken finite, forsaken human value nature systems and standards. This is why we lost liberal armed poverty to guys. Science lies. The science is together when with no criminal legal persuasion, criminal persuasions, especially criminally legalized persuasions. The sciences reveal evolution as a nature, as its nature, actively, together, one task. Bottom up is nature. Nature is three ways. There's active nature, there's active physical nature, and there is active metaphysical nature, which is correlation nature, which is a radical. See, we've lost metaphysics because of the nature of the lies that our top-down legal natures have to tell themselves and others, our most sophisticated. So the only complete litigation natures. So they claim the law other than it is. They claim it away from reality. That's what the proofs. That's why poverty remained. Ill standards left, exploited long and hard and well. Invested to this too. This is what failed our streets. This is not prejudice. This is forsaken logic. And these guys with the name of education blind. Because if you understand distinctions, if you're really teaching education, you don't need to glorify the name education. You're not a fake fraud. You're really education. So when you say education, it's understood. You don't have to glorify it. That does nothing. That's worse. Because they're only letting voice for guys, for insidious surface think and exploitations of that to all ages and phases of human innocence. Forced types, forced group, even age group, big deal. There's patterns with there. You don't let that attach. The only thing was rights. We don't have rights because we don't have them defended with sensibilities, with common facts treatments. So in relationship to nature's impositions upon all nations, it's why all nations are stuck with hurt and with ignorance that they're blaming that we want to hurt out of it. They're already hurt. If someone's ignorant, it's not because of something in the brain. It's because campus failed so long. There wasn't mental problems that failed our streets. That's wrong. That blocks the song. We are one body, and no one would be able to come up through this. I did boxing and I fought in like a bunch of states, like I don't know, like at least over 10. And one thing about poverty, it's the same thing too. It's an infrastructure. Then you get everyone crammed on like that, and it's being exploited by all kinds of natures of business. They need to tell lies about what's actually the problem, what's actually not enabling it, but claiming it cares about it. And when it does care about, when it does enable, it's all divided ways. It's not to enable independence. It's to enable guises towards predatory industry positions, predatory legal natures. You have to have moral compromise, for example, to be a prosecutor. It's disgusting, the standards with the prisons. They don't even know. They have these prisons and they have medicine to the maintenance of natures of organized crime left uncharged since before our nation's founding. Psychological captive. That's why we have service people killing each other. They come back. They're working for $15 an hour. You can't. What are you gonna do that? They want to fight for you. Then you bring them back. And the only reason they're fighting is because you want to admit truth. You want to play business and take advantage of, you want to compare it to the European, the rich people, the rich African, the legal natures that put the terror laws here with the terror database relationships, predatory, offensive, legal litigation natures, blocking real truth, real legal nature, forcing it to be claimed to other, and forcing that to only let narratives. So evidence fabrication natures, hurt conviction natures, and differences to all that's with that in progression to all areas. So what we do is we make three blocks. These are books that are going to be owned. In other words, we're going to own our own books, not me. I'm gonna write the book. We're just going to show how to use a process. You move the blocks, 100-year blocks. So 1860 to 1865 is the Civil War. 100 years from 1865 is 1965. We see how time goes by. 20 years after the Civil War is 1985 is 100 years after, 20 years after the Civil War. No, so only time goes by so fast, and we must understand the methods that were put in place to go slow and stay permanent with that, with colonization's terror laws. It wasn't against England. It was what the same terror database relationships held on their people, bottom up, differentially, but for the same ends, holding their leaders only realizes her conviction, nature, laws, and relationship to terror progressions that they don't have the word for, blaming on lies and delusions, top down, juxtaposed with the real truths. So they see the real truths, but then they juxtapose it with saying, with convictions about human nature and with hate as the hurt, because no one understands it. And because of the way no one understands it, and because of how no one understands it, to all areas first. So what do? We thirst. Don't hunt and gather the ancients. Well, it was evolution. They even colonization had made better homes than they do today. The whole underground is they say overpopulation. Sick nature say that, and think with convictions with that. There's so much surface area underground, everything's denatured. But nobody cares. Everyone just wants to play to a guise that plays the guys. People say they care about women. Respond. Don't hear you heard I raised my voice after what I heard and what's going on in my neighborhood. You'll see how I raise my voice. Don't hide. Governors, whatever like that. Be real. Put it on paper then. You want to be able to get involved in your business.